Hello, Year 1. I hope you're all well and I hope you enjoyed yesterday's English lesson about Jack and the Beanstalk. We're going to continue learning about Jack and the Beanstalk today by drawing and writing some storyboards. So, yesterday you should have done a little bit more drawing on our story map, but we'll read mine together. There once was a boy called Jack. He lived in a house with his mother. They were very poor and their most valuable possession was a cow. One day Jack's mother told him to go to sell the cow at the market. On the way to the market, Jack met a man who wanted to swap the cow for some magic beans. When Jack got home, his mother was very angry and threw the magic beans out of the window. The next morning, when Jack looked out of his window, he could see a ginormous beanstalk growing in his garden. Jack decided to climb to the top of the beanstalk. It was so tall that he ended up in the clouds in the sky. Eventually, when Jack reached the top, he got to the door of a huge castle. When Jack was inside, he realized that all of the furniture was huge. Suddenly, he heard some footsteps and hid in the cupboard. Jack could see that there was a giant and he shouted, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." The giant sat down at his table. He had a hen and a golden harp. When the giant shouted, "Lay," the hen laid a golden egg. When the giant shouted, "Sing," the golden harp sung to him. It made him fall asleep. While the giant was sleeping, Jack crept out of the castle and tried to take the golden harp and the hen. But the harp shouted, "Help, master!" The giant woke up from his sleep and shouted, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman," as he was chasing Jack to the top of the castle, to the top of the beanstalk. Jack ran down the beanstalk with the giant chasing after him. When Jack got to the bottom, he shouted, "Help!" and his mum came with an axe and chopped down the beanstalk. The giant fell from the top and he was never seen again. Happily, Jack and his mother still had the golden harp and the hen, and they lived happily ever after. The end. So now that we've heard our story, we are going to make our storyboard. So here is a storyboard. In the big squares, rectangles, we are going to draw what happened in the story, and on the lines we write our sentences. But because it's quite small, we can't write the whole story, so we have to be careful to pick the most important parts of the story. So the beginning, a bit of the middle, and then the ending. So I'll do the first half with you. Here I've got Jack and his mother and the house and the cow and the no money. And I wrote, "Once upon a time there was a boy called Jack and he lived in a house with his mother. He is small and has short hair. They were very poor and had a small black and white cow." So what you can notice is I didn't copy the story completely. I changed it a little bit, so my beginning is different, once upon a time. And I described Jack from our sentences yesterday. And I use that important word "and." Do you remember? We're looking at using "and" or "but." And then our next bit says, "One day Jack's mom told him to sell the cow, but on the way he met a man who wanted to swap the cow for some magic beans. Jack's mum was not happy or excited and threw them out of the window. The next day Jack looked out of his window, but did not just see his little garden. He saw a gigantic beanstalk. He was brave and decided to climb the beanstalk." And then you can rewrite these ones for yourself, do it on your own, and then you can finish the story. And here is a word mat to help you with your spelling: giant, poor, clouds, eggs, Jack's mother, hen, cow, Jack, axe, beanstalk, magic beans, harp, gold, golden, and castle. And as you can notice, a lot of these words you can actually use your phonics for. So let's sound out cow together. K-ow, cow. Clouds, clouds. Let's do this one together. Up, harp. So remember, when you're writing, we still need to use our thread fingers and our phonics to help us with our spellings. Now these are some steps to help you. First, we're going to draw our pictures in order of how it happened in the story. Then write your sentences and remember to use and, or and but. Remember your finger spaces and your full stops. Use your phonics mats that you've all got at home and use the word bank for some spellings if they're really hard. Remember to send your work to the Year 1 email so that we can read your amazing storyboards.